Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I want to talk about a different kind of subject. I wanted to talk about GTA 5 single player DLC because years ago, Rockstar promised that we would get a single player DLC expansion, at least they said it on the newswire, and we never got anything. And in 2017, when Rockstar was interviewed, they pretty much admitted that single player DLC was never going to happen. I mean, it could still happen, but it's very, very unlikely that it's ever going to come into the game. And a lot of people are worried that there's not going to be any single player DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. And I don't blame them. I want to see some single player DLC. I think a lot of people did. And some people are going to say on this video, well, who cares about single player? I do, and plenty of other people out there care about single-player DLC. So I wanted to show you guys something. This is a Newswire post that I found, and this is in December 2013. And if you read all the way down here, it says coming in 2014. Again, remember, this is from December 9, 2013. It says right here, GTA Online Heist. This is before Heist came out. But look right here, GTA 5 Story Mode updates. For those ready to jump back into the story mode of Grand Theft Auto 5, we have big plans for substantial additions in 2014, continuing Michael, Franklin, and Trevor's action mayhem and unexpected adventures in southern San Andreas. So they pretty much outlined right here that we were supposed to get a single-player DLC. And some leakers years ago, they found something supposedly with Trevor and the IAA, but it never happened. There was also other leaked files with somebody called Clifford, but we later found out that that was part of the Doomsday Heist. So what exactly happened? So I was reading this article from Kotaku, and this is from 2017. I'll link the article down below, and I'll let you guys know what I think about this right here. But Rockstar was asked, what happened to the single-player DLC? And Rockstar, they stated Rockstar's director of design, Imran Sarawar, he said this: as a company, we love single player more than anything, and believe in it absolutely, for storytelling and a sense of immersion in a world. Multiplayer games don't rival single player games, Sarawar told Game Informer. With GTA 5, the single player game was absolutely massive and very, very complete. It was 3 games in 1. The next-gen versions took a year of everyone's time to get right. Then the online component had a lot of potential, but to come close to realizing that potential also sucked up a lot of resources. He says here, we love single player more than anything and believe in it absolutely for storytelling and a sense of immersion in the world. Multiplayer games don't rival single player games. Not the way that Rockstar has acted with GTA 5, especially with what they've done in GTA Online. I like all the stuff that they added in GTA Online, don't get me wrong. But why was there no single-player stuff? This quote right here doesn't really make much sense because this is back in 2017, remember. They released a lot of more multiplayer stuff in between there. And he's saying right here, multiplayer games don't rival single-player games, but yet you focus completely on the multiplayer and you've pretty much forgotten about the single-player. So all told, Sarwar identifies 3 factors that influenced the lack of single-player GTA content. Beefing up GTA Online, which initially shaped in a dire shape, porting GTA 5 to current-gen consoles, and developing Red Dead Redemption 2. The combination of these 3 factors means for GTA 5, we did not feel single-player expansions were either possible or necessary, Sarwar told Game Informer, but we may well do them for future projects. At Rockstar, we will always have bandwidth issues because we are perfectionists, and to make huge complex games takes a lot of time and resources. Not everything is always possible, but we still love single-player open-world games more than anything. I don't think you can make a game like GTA 5 if you did not like single-player games and trying to expand their possibilities. So, he's right to a degree here that they did focus a lot on GTA story. They focused a lot on Red Dead Redemption 2 story. But why was there no single-player DLC? This is before the Doomsday Heist came out. The Doomsday Heist came out in December 2017, and that was a really, really big expansion to online. That had a huge story there. It had a whole story of the Doomsday Heist. A lot of missions there. A lot of cutscenes. Why did we never get anything in the single-player aspect? You know why I think we never got anything in the single-player aspect? In my personal opinion, it's because of online and because of shark cards. Because Rockstar sees it like this. They see it, why should we make content for single-player? And if they made content for single-player, they would probably charge for it. But they're saying, why should we make content for single-player when we can just add free content into multiplayer and then sell shark cards, microtransactions. And the microtransactions, they don't really need to develop content for that. I mean, they make content so that people are more encouraged to buy the microtransactions, but microtransactions, people keep buying them over and over again. A single player DLC, somebody just buys once and just plays it. You don't rebuy it. Microtransactions, people are constantly rebuying it. I'm not defending Rockstar here. I'm just saying what their point of view is on that. That's at least what I think, how they see it. And they see all the money that GTA Online has brought in. I read an article that it brought in like close to $700 million just alone from shark cards. And the game's made probably billions by now in total. It's made so much money. This GTA Online has made so much money for them. GTA 5 sales have made a lot, but GTA Online has been a huge source of revenue. And I don't think that Rockstar expected that many people to get into GTA Online when they started adding all this content to the game, but they added all of this content in the game, started selling shark cards, and you could argue that they started pushing the shark cards as well, because you just saw how they were in the loading screens and how overpriced some things were in the game, especially with the last DLC, the Arena Wars DLC. I like the majority of the content in GTA Online, but the last DLC that we had, Arena Wars, everything was so overpriced. The vehicles were just so overpriced. The upgrades were. Even the clothes were ridiculously overpriced. Everything was locked behind trade prices, and they were unlocked randomly. It's pretty much, that update was pretty much set up just to have people spend as much money as possible. Just waste as much money as possible. And then if somebody goes broke, they're more inclined to buy shark cards. I just really wish that they would focus on the single player, because, the way that they framed it there, it made it seem like some kind of single player DLC was coming. You thought something was coming, because Ending C for GTA 5, most people consider that canon. I consider Ending C canon, where all the characters survive in that ending. And, I would have loved it for them to continue, make some more story there, make something else. Even if it didn't involve all three characters, maybe just Trevor by himself, or maybe Franklin just by himself, something involving Don Percival, because he messaged all the characters at the end of the game. Something else there, but there wasn't really much more besides that. So let me know what you guys think down below. And, a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared of this. They're looking at Red Dead Online, and they see what happened with GTA Online, and a lot of people are scared that Rockstar is going to push the microtransactions in Red Dead Online, the gold bars. They're going to push them and just make content for Red Dead Online. And don't get me wrong, I want to see a lot of content for Red Dead Online. I think Red Dead Online has potential. I would like to see content for that. But a lot of people, including myself, also want to see some kind of single-player DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2. A lot of people are hoping they don't do the same thing with GTA Online. I was reading so many comments on the internet where people were just venting their anger, and they just didn't want Rockstar to just completely abandon the single player in Red Dead Redemption 2 like they did for GTA 5. Maybe some kind of Undead Nightmare Part 2. I think a lot of people would like Undead Nightmare. They could make a single player aspect to Undead Nightmare or Red Dead Redemption 2, and they could also make it online, because when Undead Nightmare launched on Red Dead Redemption 1, it had a whole single-player aspect to it, but also had a multiplayer aspect to it. The zombies were in multiplayer. There was a zombie survival in the multiplayer. People enjoyed it. They liked the single-player portion of the DLC, and they liked the multiplayer portion. I was reading another interview where, Rockstar was comparing the single-player DLC in GTA 5 to what they had with, the episodes from Liberty City, which was, Johnny from The Lost and Damned, and you had Lewis from The Ballad, and they were saying how the DLC broke players apart, that it split the community. But, I can see where they're coming from a little bit on that, because the Lost and Damned and the Ballad had separate online modes, which I guess did kind of separate the community. But when I played those expansions, I was really excited for them. I wasn't excited for the multiplayer part. Like, I wanted to play it, but I was really excited for Johnny's story. I wanted to see Johnny's story in the Lost and Damned, and I wanted to see Lewis's story. That's what I was really waiting for. And if they made a single-player DLC, it would just be a single-player DLC. I can't really imagine anything like being developed for multiplayer there. But they don't see it. They don't see the possibility of selling a single-player DLC, and they're not going to put time and effort into bringing back all those voice actors and doing stuff like that. They'd rather do something like the Doomsday Heist. It's unfortunate. I'd like to see single-player DLC. But let me know down below, what do you guys think of this? And it's just a shame. I hope that they make some kind of single-player DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2. They could still do it for GTA, but I don't think it's ever going to come. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.